Namaste. Today we are going to have a small session on types of texts. I am Dr. Bhavna Dave, Assistant Professor at Mahatma Education Society's Pillai College of Education and Research, New Panvel. In this session, we shall learn about the nature of different types of texts like expository text, narrative text, transactional text, and reflective text. The first type of text is expository text. Expository text is written with the purpose of informing the reader. The text is fact-based and exposes the truth through a reliable source. True and deliberate expository text will focus on educating its reader. Expository text is clear, concise, and purposeful. It gets to the point quickly and efficiently. Thus, expository texts convey a tone of authority. Some common examples of expository text are textbooks, instructional manuals, recipes, city or country guides, and self-help books. The characteristics of expository text are it deals with topics often not known, new information makes prediction difficult, key vocabulary is usually new, abstract concepts are explained, facts make text more concept dense, and it gives authentic and accurate information. The second type of text is narrative text. Narrative text is written with the purpose to amuse or to entertain the reader with a story. It is a story that is created in a constructive format that describes a sequence of fictional or non-fictional events. When we read novels, we are taking in narrative texts. This type of text generally uses a lot of emotion. A narrative is some kind of retelling, often in words, of something that happened. The narrative is not the story itself, but rather the telling of the story. While a story just is a sequence of events, a narrative recounts those events, perhaps leaving some occurrences out because they may be insignificant and perhaps emphasizing others. Its plot consists of climax of the story, then followed by the resolution. Some common examples of narrative text are folk tales, fables, myths, epics, fiction, and non-fiction. The characteristics of narrative text are they are based on common and familiar events from life. Therefore, prediction becomes easier. Key vocabulary is often known and easy. Cause and effect is also known, and it is usually based on concrete and simple concepts. It is people-oriented, and dialogue in it makes the text less concept dense. Stories can have a personal meaning and therefore may give insight for our own life and interest. Now, when we see expository versus narrative text, they differ greatly in tone, style, structure, and features. The 5 most common structures utilized in expository text are cause-effect, comparison-contrast, definition-example, problem-solution, proposition support, or sequential listing. Whereas the generic structure of a narrative text has orientation, complication, resolution, reorientation, and evaluation. Now let's move forward to the meaning of transactional text. Transactional text is intended to communicate, persuade, or inform. A transactional letter usually contains two main paragraphs, one to establish the topic and the second to elaborate on it. The ending is brief and formal as befits a professional communication. Some common examples of transactional text are business letters, emails, invitations, speeches, and interviews. The characteristics of transactional text is they are brief and simple. It has a clear sense of purpose, audience and format. It is usually planned before committing to paper or screen. It is a type of formal and professional communication, contains a lot of technical and specific vocabulary. Special care with spelling, punctuation and format is taken while writing a transactional text. The next type of text is reflective text. Reflective text is a description of a real or imaginary scene, event, interaction, passing thought, memory, form, adding a personal reflection on the meaning of the item or incident, thought, feeling, emotion or situation. It may include a description and analysis of a past experience. The purpose of reflective text is to help you learn from a particular practical experience. It will help you to make connections between what you are taught in theory and what you need to do in practice. You reflect so that you can learn. Through reflection, you should be able to make sense of what and why you did and perhaps help yourself to do it better next time. Some common examples of reflective text are personal diaries, memoirs, reflective journals, autobiographies, book or film reviews. Therefore, the characteristics of reflective text are it integrates theory and practice, it draws connections between the material being studied, one's experiences and knowledge. It is personal, which may be connected to lectures, tutorials or reading. Writing style is very informal. Words such as I and me are used and therefore reflective text is random. They are put forth in a manner easily understood by the reader. Therefore, transactional versus reflective text, when we look at both these texts, it is communication. Transactional text is a communication between two or more people, whereas a reflective text is an inner dialogue with oneself. Transactional text intends to gather or provide information, whereas in a reflective text, the writer contemplates an idea and gives his or her emotional reactions and feelings. Transactional texts have a broad range of text types, each having a specific structure, whereas a reflective text may include description, feelings, evaluation, analysis, conclusion, and an action plan. Thus, today we have learnt how